Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast.
Now it's time for Sonicgrams. You can write to Sonicgrams. Oh yeah, it's a legally distinct Sonicgrams. It's an unaffiliated Sonicgrams. We made our own Sonicgrams.
Hi everyone, welcome to a fast and loose episode of Gotta Talk Fast. I am your host, Nicholas. I am joined here today by the other host, Dominic. Nice to see you guys today. I've been not out of the country, but it felt like it. I've been in Pennsylvania for work for like 3 weeks, and we thought that recording 3 episodes ahead of time would be good enough for me to cover our bases here, and we could have recorded a new episode in time, but work kept on. That doesn't keeping on.
You were there 5 days longer than you should have been.
Yeah. And even then, I was only supposed to be there for 2 weeks, and then things.
Did you say Pennsylvania, like Western Pennsylvania?
I was in West Hazelton for the last 3 weeks.
I don't know exactly where that is, but if you're in Western Pennsylvania, that's by some measures still the Midwest.
I'm like
yes.
an hour or two away from the coast. No, whoever thinks that is dumb. West Hazelton is like an hour south of Scranton, I think.
Oh, okay. I know.
Minutes.
Yeah, sure.
For those office heads out there. Let me tell you, there's just a lot of shit went wrong at work. Things kept on piling up. And I was too tired / stressed to write an episode. So luckily, we have a bunch of fans writing in, and we thought, hey, to make it easy for both of us and make it so we don't have to, upload
nothing.
Normal episode. Nothing. We can just go ahead and get away with this. We can just do an email only episode.
I almost suggested not doing not posting anything at all for a week, but I didn't know we had almost 100 subscribers, which is, by my measurement, very impressive for what we're doing.
I mean, yes, but also none of those people are listening or watching the podcast. So, but one day they might. That's the great thing about us putting out content all the time, is maybe one day they'll be like, you know what? Maybe I should watch one of these things that I'm subscribed to. Fun little story. If this podcast ever makes money, dibs on the first batch of money, because that Steam link that we set up so that we can look at the comics in real time on the TV.
Okay.
Something happened with the Steam link where what happened is when it stopped receiving signal from my computer, which makes sense because I was gone for 3 weeks and I normally leave my computer on all the time, because I hate the environment. Robotnik is my hero. The status changed on the Steam link, and so that activated the HDMI port, which turned on the TV, and it never shut off. So that Steam link has been on for 3 weeks, burning in the logos into my TV. So who needs an OLED anyway?
There's a Steam logo on your TV now.
Yes.
I
think I'm doing the Pixel. So full disclosure, I literally just got back about an hour ago, and I just got done driving 10 and a half hours, 11 if you count bathroom breaks. So I'm doing the Pixel refresh now, so maybe my TV will be fine. I don't have high hopes, but
that's crazy.
So
I think I need a key to your apartment to check for these things.
I know. I mean, I've got multiple people with keys to this apartment.
Okay.
I just didn't think, hey, my TV would turn on. The other funny thing is this is ultimately my fault, because as I was leaving, I unplugged the air conditioning from my unit before I left, because I'm like, I don't want it to do a power draw or anything.
Right.
And I left the apartment. And I live in like a downtownish area.
Yeah.
And so I had to walk to my car, and I was driving past my apartment, and I had the thought, hey, I should probably unplug the extension cord that my TV is plugged into too, just so there's no power draw or like, I mean, it's on a surge protector, but I'm always kind of worried about storms, and I was
Right.
going to be gone for 3 weeks, so I was like, yeah, I should probably do that. But then I was like, I've got like a 10-hour drive, and it's going to take like 10 minutes for me to park and go up and fix this. It's going to be fine. So let's read some emails.
Let's start. Let's go. First one.
All right. This one comes in hot from our dear friend / super fan, Mike F. He asks the question: is the name Dominic the dominant form of Nick, which then implies that the standalone name for Nick is the submissive form? If so, how does this affect your hosting dynamic going forward? Before we continue with how does this affect our hosting dynamic going forward, I wish to point to the short titled How Does Rhyming Work, where I already made this joke in the description field, so I just want Mike F to know that he's not as clever as me, and I came up with this joke way ahead of him. And the description reads, Nick and the dominant Nick sit down to finally figure out what a pun is, what a rhyme is, and what the meaning of life is, all within this 60-second clip. So
I like to think I'm a power bottom, but I really don't know. I don't know.
because you generate all the power.
That that theory's never been tested, so I don't know.
It affects our dynamic because now there's just a bunch of sexual tension.
Got it.
Uh,
That's always been there. What are you talking about?
That's true, but now we've got it recorded, so we can't back down from the shipping.
Yeah, no,
That's
I know.
clearly going to happen now.
When we were coworkers, because we had a lot of Spanish-speaking coworkers, and they would say, "Oh, Nick. Oh, no, Dominic," and they would get us confused, either intentionally or unintentionally. And I would say,
We look exactly the same.
Yeah, well,
so I
100%.
see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like no, I'm Dom, he's Nick. So, if we're speaking Spanish, Dom e Nick.
Complete side note, I made a joke in the first episode that Dominic got me fired. That is definitely not what happened.
No, that's what happened.
I had multiple I had people I know in real life come up to me and be like, damn, I can't believe he did that to you. And I was literally like, what do you mean? You know I quit my job. Like I went on a very long rant to you about why I quit that job.
I think it's funny. If I got you, really, really funny and fitting. Like, people believe it. It's like, yeah, Dom got him fired. That's absolutely what would happen.
Yeah, that straight laced kid with a tight shirt. Yeah, he got that.
I like to believe
borderline.
in my own made up lore, you took the bullet for something I did. But that's not true. The truth is you did blaze a trail at my work. So I am making $32 an hour now, thanks to you, when you were making less than half of that for over 50 hours of work a week as an intern without health benefits.
Yeah, we don't have to get into the legality of what happened there. And basically what ended up happening when I got hired full time was their HR got wind of what was happening, and they're like, this is illegal, and either you need to hire him or you need to cut back on the hours.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Moving on.
Thank you, Mike F, for the question. Oops, I shouldn't have done that.
Who's our very first non Mike F Sonicgram poster?
You know what? We will highlight when that happens.
Okay.
This next one is from a friend of the podcast, Mike F.
You already alluded to that, so continue.
Several questions. We got a 3-parter. He let me tell you, this one's a doozy. Are the chili dogs on Mobius made of the same animals as they are on Earth? We'll
Great
start
question.
with that.
Great question.
I think the answer has to be yes, because otherwise it's not a chili dog, it's something else.
Correct. Yeah, because you would have to say like vegan chili dog. That needs to be a
Yeah,
qualifier.
you would have to call out what's different about it if
Yeah.
it is.
So that brings up the question. Oh, so it's like they're animals eating other animals? Bro, we're animals. Humans are animals.
Let's go in order. So, yes, we're in agreement. One, are
Okay.
the chili dogs on Mobius made of the same animals as they
Got
are
it.
on Earth?
Okay, I'm
Yes.
stealing Future Thunder. Gotcha.
Two, have there been oh my god.
Anthropomorphic.
What's gonna happen is Mike F is gonna realize that I can't read words, and he's just gonna like bust out the dictionary, and it's gonna be my niece fucking picked out this book from Italy. I mean, it's not in Italian, but I think that it's like it doesn't matter. It was something to tiger. It was a cute little guy, but they kept on throwing in Italian words that I was like swinging for the fences for. And my brother and my sister-in-law were just like in the other room, just laughing their ass off while I'm trying to pronounce these words that I have no clue how to pronounce.
Oh, do they
And I
speak
think
Italian?
My nieces even knew that I was saying them wrong because I mean they read this book all the time. So
Well, that book you were doing that. You were exactly at the level of that book because it's an Italian book teaching Italian. You've barely known Italian, so yeah.
I mean, no, it's an English book not trying to teach Italian. It's just the names of these places are in Italian.
Got it.
Well, I guess in English. It doesn't matter. Semantics. And yeah, see, already human-looking cows and pigs in the Freedom Fighters. Sorry, have there ever been human-looking cows and pigs in the Freedom Fighters or even just represented in the comics? I will jump in and say not yet, but I know I'm pretty sure there's pigs later on.
I think there was this a prequel or not, but I think it was a prequel one. So there was like the Royal Guard.
Yes, the Royal Guard had a pig in it,
Yeah.
but no one knows about the prequel because we deleted those episodes. We didn't delete them. We have them. Maybe
Yeah.
one day we'll upload them as like a fun little special, but they weren't good. Well, hey, if you want to see what it looks like on TikTok, there is a single clip from it.
They were the Zack Snyder of episodes in that there were some really great and cool moments, but overall, just a terrible product. Give me one good movie. Give me one good movie by that man.
No, I despise Zack Snyder. I can't even.
As an artist, yes.
The only thing I really liked about Zack Snyder, there's two things I like about Zack Snyder. One is that the studio just kind of let him do his own thing, and so
I respect
whether
that.
or not I like those movies, I like the fact that it's like a singular vision, right?
Yeah.
And
You can't blame it on
he
anyone
went
else.
for it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good movies, but I do love the fact that he released full frame IMAX for his Justice League cut. I think that is so cool.
Okay.
And I absolutely adored that.
Third thing you can add
I didn't
to
like
the-
it. I didn't even finish the movie, but I loved the fact that more movies. I don't know why we don't play with aspect ratios more.
Mm-hmm.
Give me full frame. The movie, you need to see it because you would love it.
To Christopher Nolan?
No. Ryan Gosling, he goes to the moon.
First Man. Yeah.
Thank you, First Man. How they use IMAX in that movie is so good. And I don't know if it's gonna. This is like one of those things where I'm like, the theater experience is always gonna be better because you're more in the picture. But the full frame, what they end up doing is the whole movie is, I don't know aspects ratios offhand, but it's the normal. You got
Right.
the black bars on the top and bottom and whatnot. It's like something 27. It doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm attempting it. But then when Ryan Gosling gets to the moon, they use the IMAX camera and they just open up the full picture. So it's like a much bigger, wider experience. And I'm like, man, more movies should do stuff like that where like when he steps on the moon, it's just like that much more impactful because it's just like so much bigger than everything else you've seen so far.
That's really cool. Third thing you can add to the Zack Snyder cool list is that he was invited onto online podcast thing that was run by like far right grifters, and then he went on there and then was like, "I don't endorse this podcast. I didn't know what was going on here, so I'll chill for this, but I don't endorse these guys," to his face, to the host's face, and it's like, that's badass. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you, Zack Snyder, for that.
Honestly, Zack Snyder is probably a really chill dude, and I probably would really like him and
Cool guy.
would love talking to him. I just
Should not have been anything other than a cinematographer.
I don't think he's a hack.
No, not a hack. He's not a hack. He is an artist.
No, he's got skill. He's got skill.
He should have stayed as a cinematographer. Yeah.
So, if 1 and 2 are true, does that make Sonic a monster for eating them?
No. I don't think it. Okay, only if in real life you think not being a vegan vegetarian is being a monster. If you do think that, then you're consistent. Sure. I'll vibe with it.
I mean, this comes down to sentience, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's again going back to the Pluto Mickey Mouse thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I guess if pigs could talk, would we feel comfortable eating them?
No, absolutely not. I would not eat them. No.
I mean, they're pretty good. Yeah. No. So. Okay, let's walk through this.
My thoughts on
veganism
and vegetarianism, I respect it. I agree. That is better for the world. You are kind of a better person by being that. 100%. I just can't do it. Good for you. I'm all for it. Hell yeah. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
So back to the question you're dancing around.
Yeah.
Is Sonic is a monster or is not a monster?
I personally don't think he's a monster because I'm assuming what he's eating is like livestock, like the dodo bird.
So they're bred to be eaten. Gotcha.
Just like how there's no such thing as, or just like how sheep can only exist as livestock now. If you don't
do the wool thing.
Yeah,
we destroyed them.
Yeah, exactly. They need to have the wool removed by humans.
Sonic can canonically turn into a werewolf, which is a monster. So the answer here is yes.
Yes.
Sonic is a monster.
In the video game canon, yes, he is a monster.
In all canon. We have another one. This one is from a Mike F.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Mike F.
Thank you, Mike F.
A lot of bangers from you today.
Wait, is this an American, like Michael F, or is it? I assumed it was Vietnamese, like my Kef.
That's on me for not emphasizing.
Yeah, right. I thought they were Vietnamese or Southeast Asian. Yeah.
I mean, he can be. In terms of the name, it is Michael, and I'm not sure if he would feel comfortable with me reading his last name, so I won't.
I'm assuming him. So you know what? Here, let's cease all conjecture. Email them back after this recording and invite them to the podcast. Invite them as a guest.
I mean, he is a super fan, so I mean, yeah. You know what? Maybe. If he can come out to the Chicagoland, you know what? If he's even willing to come out, all expenses paid.
No. If they're from Vietnam, don't say that. If they're Southeast Asian, do not say that. Because it would cost a lot of money.
So this one from Mike F. Why doesn't Sonic, the fast food restaurant, have cross-promotional tie-ins with Sonic the Hedgehog? This feels like a slam dunk opportunity, and both sides are leaving money on the table.
I always thought they did because they have chili dogs at the I don't.
Well, just because they have chili dogs.
I've never eaten at Sonic. Okay, I take that back. I've eaten at Sonic like twice in my whole life, maybe 3 times.
Rush. Sonic.
I am not a regular
Drive
Sonic
In.
person at all. Very rare, extremely rare.
I've never been to a Sonic either, truthfully.
Ever?
No.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I feel like this has to be a thing.
All I know is that when I have gone, it's like it's a server that's desperately trying to do the roller skates thing, and they cannot do it. And it's like,
They still try that?
well, okay, this was years and years ago, but I just distinctly remember like an older Latina woman who clearly is like just doing this for the money, obviously, and they're like desperately trying to hold the tray while like on the skates. I'm like, you can take them off. I don't care. And they were like, I need to do this. I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
I need to do this.
Thank you. And I just felt like so guilty taking it.
Oh, for sure. No, I would too. So luckily, Michael F. isn't the first person to ask this question. And in fact, this has been posted on the Sonic subreddit under r/Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
The thread I found is labeled, "Fun fact, it's been 30 years and we still haven't had any sort of cross-promotion."
That's insane.
Yeah. According to the comments, this was posted by, let me give it credit where credit's due, by Poo Muppet, Pummupet.
Hell yeah.
So thank you, Poo Muppet.
Thank you, Poo Muppet.
According to, and this is just some random guy on the internet, cannot stress that enough, and I'm not going to fact check this. But it is now my canon and soon to be yours. Salamando Part 2 states, from my limited understanding, so he's also admitting that he actually doesn't know either. The executives who run the Sonic restaurant chain dislike Sonic the Hedgehog because the word Sonic became universally associated with the video game character and thus interfered with their marketing and brand recognition.
Get over it. It's been 30 years. Get over it.
Well, apparently, according to Poo Muppet, again, no fact checking. This is all fast and loose. The Sonic drive-ins were bought by the Inspire brands in 2018, which is the same company that owns Arby's. So, who are apparently notorious for making references to Sonic the Hedgehog on Twitter. So,
do it.
who knows? Maybe with the new Sonic 3 movie.
Yeah.
Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the moment.
Okay. I can't believe for years they weren't doing that shit. Okay.
Insane. Everyone's leaving money on the table.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just pride. It's just pride.
But to be fair, that is a trait associated with Sonic. That's a negative trait associated with that hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, they've been in character this whole time. Next question.
I don't know. I don't know how many we want to do. I don't know if we want to burn through all of our questions.
We're about 20 minutes in.
Okay, we'll burn through them all. We'll do like 40 minutes, right?
Maybe leave one off.
Okay. Well, this one will be quick, I think. Watch, this is going to be the longest one. Running with your arms stretched backwards is called a Naruto run. What's up with that? Sonic's been doing that since the early 90s. Is there an explanation for this?
The only thing I can give you is an unscientific sociological one where the generation Naruto generally, I guess you consider, is the generation that came after Sonic, because Naruto was like mid 2000s, and when I say generation, maybe like half generation, so like older, younger, millennial kind of thing, or like early Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think this just comes down to nerds. And
Yeah,
cool guys were, playing Sonic, but they were running normally because you want to run fast. Losers were imitating Naruto, and they didn't care about how fast they ran. They just cared about what it looked like.
Yes.
So
what it looked like in their
Sonic,
mind.
Exactly. When I played Sonic on the playground, I ran like a normal person. If I was playing Naruto, because you gotta run fast. That's the whole thing, man. If I was playing Naruto, I would have ran with my arms back, but I never did because I wasn't a loser.
I think we're gonna get some
I don't
flack.
know why I'm calling Naruto out. Immediately, I'm like, you know who we shouldn't have as fans? Naruto fans.
Anime fans in general.
No, that's our audience.
Yes,
You
I
can't
was about to say that is exactly our audience. I just like how you're saying Naruto.
How am I saying Naruto? Naruto.
To be frank, I don't know the correct way to say it. So I could be in the wrong. You could be in the right.
I feel like how I said it was right. It felt right.
Naruto.
Because then Boruto makes more sense.
Is there a Boruto in the show?
Oh my god! I thought you knew what you were talking. That's Naruto's son, and he's got his whole series.
Oh, I've never seen it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier.
I've never seen an episode either. I just have friends who have watched Naruto, so osmosis. No, there's only one good anime, and it's Gundam.
The only anything I've seen of Naruto is it was a dub. It was a fan dub, an unofficial like parody dub. And it was
one
like
of those
I forget
DBZ abridged.
Abridged, thank you so much. Yes, no, Yu-Gi-Oh was my first abridged series, and then Naruto was the next one, and I distinctly remember an episode where they open up, or maybe they're not. Either way, they're on a boat, and it's supposed to be like sneaky whatever thing, but it's just them doing Hall & Oates' "You Make My Dreams Come True" or whatever, like a Hall & Oates song. No, it was a Private Eyes. Mm-hmm. Either way, it was a Hall & Oates song, and they superimposed like a guitar, like Naruto's arms were here off screen like this, but then they superimposed like a guitar here while he was singing.
Oh,
and it was really funny. Those abridged series can be really funny. Like maybe the humor's like a little more dated, but the timing is still really funny to me. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. I stand by my stance of Naruto kids weren't trying to run as fast as they can, so they were just trying to look cool.
I never really knew anyone who did that. There weren't really that many anime fans at my high school.
I guess that's the other thing is technically for me, Naruto, I in terms of when it caught on, I wasn't exactly playing on the playground anymore. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, same.
It probably was, 2006?
I don't remember. I don't recall. But either way, I think for the all I know is that I never really knew anyone that really watched anime, let alone did the Naruto run. So for me, I was like, I do know that if I did see someone do it, I would laugh, and then I would have started doing it unironically, and then
you would have stolen
I would have started doing
money.
it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't catch.
You seem like the type to beat up a kid for their lunch money, even still.
No, I would have been too afraid of getting in trouble. Let alone the morality of stealing someone's lunch money.
Yeah.
I didn't buy lunch in high school. I only bought lunch when it was Bosco Sticks Day.
It wasn't Bosco Sticks Day every day?
No, only Fridays.
You went to a bad high school, my guy.
I did. It was
Bosco
rough.
Sticks every day.
It was rough.
Oh, you're really just doxing yourself. What?
I don't live there anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's chill, man.
Look, I have to put this episode up in like 8 hours. So fuck it. I'm bum rush editing this anyway.
I mean, hopefully there's nothing we need to edit. That was the whole idea here, is we can just raw dog it.
Continue. Go.
Maybe edit out the word raw dog. Because we're gonna start saying chili dog it.
Stop. Oh.
We have a correction.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm waiting for these. Not to fight them. I just want to be corrected because I don't know these things very well. I don't know these comics very well.
Let's see. I stated that, or at least I think I stated.
Is this from Mike F? Who's this from?
I apologize. This is from a Mike F.
Oh, okay.
I stated that the Dreamcast launched in winter of '98, but the American Dreamcast release was in 9999. Sonic Adventure was a launch title, and he's pretty sure he bought it that winter. It was either December or January. He remembers that it was swim season, so I guess this guy's a swimmer.
Was there really that big of a gap between the American and Japanese releases?
Yes, yeah.
They don't do that anymore, right? It's pretty global.
No, it's pretty
like for console
homogenized
releases
now. Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
Also, I think that kind of screwed Dreamcast over pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because by the time the Dreamcast came out, the talk was already starting about the PS2. If they're able to do let me double check the Japanese release.
That's insane. That's a massive gap. But yeah, overall, I think, I don't know. I grew up, I've probably mentioned this before. I grew up with a PlayStation 1 already in the home because my dad liked gadgets. He was a tech guy, still kind of is a gadget guy. But for me, the first console that I remember being there for when it was bought was the original Xbox. But I had already had a PlayStation 1 in the home. And as I said, the PicoVision. And a Dance Dance Revolution.
Well, you didn't say that on the podcast. I just found out about the PicoVision yesterday.
Yes. So technically, my first Sonic the Hedgehog game was...
Yeah, you lied. This is a correction on yourself.
Yes. The first Sonic the Hedgehog game that I ever played was not Sonic Heroes, but rather was Tales in the Music Maker on... Is it called a PicoVision?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pico
I'm
something.
sure.
And I destroyed that thing. Because, it's got a pen, it's a touchpad and everything. I, as a child, touched the hell out of that pad. And it was a good time. I remember that game fondly. Not vividly. Obviously, I'm sure, it's a game, it's an educational game for little children. So I'm sure I would be very whatever about it now. I played... I think I only had 2 games.
It'd be really funny if you got super into it now.
We do a let's play of it, and it's like, dude, this is still based. This is still awesome.
Oh, I'll totally do a let's play of it.
Dude, you can get your world record, a speedrunning record through...
they don't know. No one on the podcast knows about that.
Yeah, you can get Tales in the Music Maker PicoVision speedrun.
Well, let me look.
So what Nick, I almost called you Nico. What Nick wants to do is he wants to have a Sonic the Hedgehog speedrun, or any speedrun really, that's so niche.
No, Sonic the Hedgehog. It needs to be Sonic the Hedgehog.
He wants a Sonic the Hedgehog speedrun that's incredibly niche, and so that he can hold it effectively forever.
For the record, it doesn't need to be incredibly niche. It has to be, because I'm not going to get it in like Sonic 2 or something.
Right. Because people are actually speedrunning Tales in the Music Maker.
And the Music Maker. No page found on speedrun.com.
Oh,
Let me
shit.
just type in Tales in the Music Maker.
I think you can suggest that shit. First of all, confirm that's what the name of the game is called. I could be misremembering.
It is. I'm looking at the cover right now.
It was that game, and then there was another PicoVision game. It's like a PBS show, kids show, child show. It's starring a worm and a cat, and the worm drives in a apple car, like literally an apple on wheels. And I think it sounds like a British show. That was a British show first.
Yo. Sorry. Oh man, maybe we should edit out this part, because let me tell you, completing Tales in the Music Maker is pretty quick. It looks like it takes about 15 minutes to beat.
Is there a world record on it?
No, that's just based off how long to beat.com. So
it's up to you. It's up to you. Should I remove it?
I don't want someone stealing it. I don't want someone.
No, I think you deserve one competitor.
Oh no.
One competitor that's determined enough to buy a PicoVision. Spend probably hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
You don't have yours anymore.
No, well, it was gone like by the time I left grade school. It was destroyed.
For the record, I just double checked it. Yes, Dreamcast came out in November 27th, 98, and came
Japan.
out in North America. Correct. Yes, thank you. And America, September 9th, 1999,
That's
which was the
insane.
famous 9999.
That is wow. Could you imagine if 9/11 happened earlier and it wasn't 9/11, it was 9/9? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine
that'd be a real dark mark on Sega's history, let me tell you.
Could you imagine it's like, okay, it's really rocky. I have full faith in this console. Sega Dreamcast, let's go. Then 9/11 happens, or that recording. We are now starting recording again. Excellent. All right.
Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Now you have to edit.
I was going to do it
You
no
got to
matter what.
edit the two things together.
Yeah, exactly.
Did your 9/11 joke make it?
Yes, it did.
Oh, thank God. That would have been the 9/11 of this podcast if it didn't happen.
No, the 9/11 of this podcast was the freaking audio issues. 2 audio issues in a row. Not in a row. It was good, bad, good. Bad, good, bad.
The Iraq War, because it just keeps on happening and doesn't end.
How many more questions do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, let's do 2 more.
All right. This one is from Mike F. It looks like. Sonic has always had some sick jams. What are your favorite instrumental tracks? And this is
I could go off. I could go off. Yeah.
You
Should
know
I
what?
start there?
Let's talk about that one first.
Okay. Do you need time? Because I'm ready with a few already.
Well, so I'll go quick first because mine's pretty simple. Because the one that I always think about in terms of instrumental, not singing, is always the first level of Sonic Adventure 1, where we're on the beach with the like kind of twangy guitar.
Yeah.
That song always just kind of puts a smile on my face. I've always adored it.
Was Sonic Adventure a launch title?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that song is like literally it's Green Hill Zone for that generation because, yeah, level 1. Oh, so good.
Other than that, a lot of bangers from Sonic 3. Is it Ice Cap? There's one specific one, and I associate with ice, so I think it's like Ice Cap Zone or something.
That sounds right.
That I always thought was a banger. You know what? I should just quickly Google it. Start with your
for
rant.
me. Oh my God! I said I was ready. I wasn't. Tree Frog Zone. It was from Sonic Heroes, and it's the
Free Frog Zone. That
I
sounds
don't know.
made up.
Frog something. Frog Forest. I think that's what it's called. Frog Forest. It was, and it's a really cool guitar riff. Down, 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 down.
Yeah, it is Frog Forest.
Thank you. Frog Forest, and it's just a magical. That was one of the tracks that would loop on SonicCentral.com. And it was, I would just constantly refresh the page to play that over and over again. And that fills me with pure nostalgia. The actual level is, well, that whole game is kind of trash, but the level was whatever. There was a lot of rails on that one. So it was one of the better levels for me, I think. But yeah, that's an absolutely magical track. I don't know if we've talked about it. There's the Fantasy Star Online gentleman who, and I love it because it's relatively niche because in the pantheon of Sonic levels, it's something that will never really be revisited. And it's the main menu theme and options theme or like extras theme for Sonic Mega Collection Plus or just Sonic Mega Collection. And
I know we have to upload this in literally like 2 hours. Are you gonna edit in the music real quick?
No, I'm just gonna tell you.
10-second samples.
I'm just gonna tell you to look up on YouTube Sonic Mega Collection Plus theme and Sonic Mega Collection Plus or just Mega Collection extras theme, and they're just so damn good.
They are bangers. He showed me. They're good.
Absolutely.
I was right. Ice Cap Zone.
Okay. It is nostalgia incarnate. It was just meant to be bittersweet the moment you heard it. whether or not you had memories associated with not or not. And it makes it extra bittersweet because unlike level music in other games, which will just forever be revisited, right? We'll always remember City Escape because aside from the memory of it all, it's an iconic level. It's the first level in that game, so of course it's going to be constantly revisited and remixed.
Kept away from that because it's got lyrics.
You're right, but I'm just saying City Escape in general will never be forgotten. But
for sure,
but the Mega Collection music might be. Because it's very niche. The options menu in Sonic R is really good. It's a good jam. From Sonic 1, Starlight Zone, classic. Let's see, Spring Jump Zone. God, I'm so bad with names. It's the one that modulates. Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Classic, absolute classic. I want to say the Angel Island theme, although I think I might be misremembering. I'm not misremembering, but remembering a remix from Newgrounds. It was like a metal. Look up. I'm gonna let the viewers test this. Look up Angel Island metal or rock mix, and then it's on Newgrounds, and see if it's good or not. And that's probably it.
What's really funny is that that's actually just the name of a hentai video that you just told everyone to look up.
That'd be really funny if that was what it was.
Pretty baller move from you, let me tell you.
Instrumental ones. Sonic Heroes, Spooky Mansion or Spooky something, where it takes like samples and stuff with like a theremin. That's pretty damn good. And that's about all I can remember because I really stopped playing Sonic games after like the Xbox era. I stopped like from after like 06.
Let me quickly just look up because if I'm choosing something, it'd be from Sonic Adventure 1 or 2.
Sure.
So let me just look at the track names and see if there's something else that like.
If you want to get extremely technically Sonic R soundtrack, there's 2 versions, and it's on Spotify. You can get the Sonic R soundtrack on Spotify. In fact, Sega's really good. Kudos to Sega because Nintendo
they put everything on
streaming. Yeah, Nintendo's terrible about this. But
Twinkle Park.
Station Square.
Racing.
Sorry, go ahead. You do your thing first. Yes.
Yeah, no, the kart racing in Twinkle Park is that's a banger.
Okay. I don't recall that one personally. I need to listen to it first, but yeah. For me, Station Square. I can't believe I forgot that one. Station Square is an incredible song. It's so much joy. I know obviously it's a 90s game, but it feels so like late 80s, early 90s, like Japanese, not city pop quite so much, but like Japanese fusion. Like you're on the beach or it's a really sunny, it's the perfect sunny day in Tokyo, feeling to it. And yeah, Station Square gets me so hyped.
Another one that I'm actually like annoyed we didn't even think of is the Chow song theme.
I don't know because I never played the Chow Garden songs. Chow Garden games.
It's a classic.
Okay,
it's a classic.
I believe you.
Yeah, no, you can tell from my pitch perfect rendition. Part 2 of the question: can Dominic create more covers of tracks with original lyrics?
I could do that.
Looks like you have a fan.
Thank you. I don't know what we need to come up with more segments. So we have Sonicgrams, right? What other segments could we do?
Oh man. Ooh,
you know.
I mean, honestly, we could probably do something in relation to like Let's Plays or something that could have a intro theme song.
That's a good one. Another good one is Sonic based acts. So remember we were talking about like Sonic doing based acts.
That's got to be a riff though. That's got to be like a, and then we say the bass act.
Yeah, that's true. It can't be too long, right?
No.
And these would be at least like 30 seconds long or something.
Yeah, exactly. And plus he does so many based acts that it'll just get annoying.
Not making fun of Antoine. It's like revolutionary. Leftist.
Okay, well
acts.
then he barely does base acts.
He's done a couple. He blew up that casino.
Yeah, that was pretty based. If we come up with more segments, right? Hey, listeners, / Mike F. If you have more segments, you have suggestions, please write in and we'll consider them.
Yeah, man.
We'll look at them. We'll look at the logistics of what it'll take to get done, and yeah. When we start doing ads, that's when we do original music. No, we probably get into some pretty weird legal territory.
Yeah.
Of,
All right, last question. Or
yeah.
not?
One second. I want to read this first. You know what? This is a good question. This is kind of a banger question. So we'll end on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this question. Did Knuckles name himself?
That's a really good question. Historically, we can't answer that because we don't know, unless you do know.
I bet the Sonic Archie comics get into it. I bet we find out the history of Knuckles' name and his family and everything, because I saw a family tree once and it was intense for Knuckles based on the Archie comics.
It's one of those things where it's like, well, do echidnas in this world, do they have naturally big hands? Like that. Well, all
okay.
Sonic characters have big hands, right?
Let me read the whole question.
Sure.
Because we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So I didn't think you'd go immediately right there. So did Knuckles name himself? Are his spiked knuckles unique to himself, or do all echidnas have them? And then, if it's the latter, do you think there is there is boxing in echidna culture, or is it outlawed because it's too dangerous?
I have a feeling because the general story of Knuckles, just across all iterations of him, is that Knuckles is the last of his kind, protecting the Master Emerald and keeping Angel Island afloat. And it's a very like tribal warrior culture, generally speaking, and he's very naive. He's not necessarily stupid, although the Flanderization have kind of made him stupid, but he's more so like naive because he doesn't know the world, because he has to protect this emerald, beholden to it without anyone else around to teach him, the world. So again, very generalized history, or character background. So for Knuckles, I do not know. Yeah, was he named Knuckles? Did he have it depends on his iteration, and we don't know any of that because Knuckles hasn't even shown up in the comics yet.
Yeah.
I don't know when he'll show up, but these are all questions we will find out ourselves. I do hope that we do get to see some like warrior culture stuff. I think that's going to be really cool. Like, yes, there's going to be some pugilism, some boxing, and
based on what I'm seeing, in the movies. Okay. Oh yeah, no, in Sonic Adventure they got the old guy and he's got the Knuckles. Okay, so all the males, it looks like, have little punching knuckles. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be for digging.
Right.
The Call doesn't have it. So it looks like females don't have it, and the males do. So weird. That's a choice. Okay. Do I think boxing would be outlawed? No. I think that'd be a core part of their their
culture, their identity.
Culture, thank you. Culture is the word I'm looking for. Now, street boxing, I think, is going to be highly illegal, though, because they're putting like spikes and shit on their spikes. They're like
street fights. Yeah.
Well, because Knuckles has that upgrade in Sonic Adventure where he gets like the metal digging claws to put over his like knuckles, and so like, I mean, he's the last of his kind. He didn't make them. I think the assumption while most people would assume it was for digging, I think the smart people would assume it's a leftover from an illegal boxing ring, underground boxing ring in the Sonic Adventure universe. Very Riverdale of them.
Fight Club? Echidna
No.
Fight Club?
No, Riverdale.
I really hope that we get to name an episode Echidna Fight Club.
I mean, we could technically just name this one Kidnap Fight Club.
No, that's a bad title. It's a bad title because it sets the wrong expectation. Feels like a real bait and
That's-
switch.
Okay, all of our episodes are bait and switch.
No, inflation is on the rise was the last one, and that's exactly what we talked about. Inflation.
It was on the rise. But let's walk this baby out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're a listener, we do the YouTube episodes, so we normally put in panels and whatnot. So if you're interested in what we're talking about, that's a good visual. In case we're bad at explaining the visual, and sometimes it is kind of hard. I feel bad because I've been plugging in my streams, and I haven't been streaming for like the last month.
Okay, well, you're gonna start. You're gonna start again. So start again.
No, and so be there Tuesday, 7:00 Central. Watch me play. I don't actually know what I'm playing. It's probably either Halo 5 or Sea of Thieves. I don't know how much Sea of Thieves we're gonna end up playing, but I want to do at least one big
Sure.
quest, which
Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
done yet. We normally just get drunk and sail around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. That's what twitch.tv/Mojosaurus is my stream title name. Dominic, would you like to talk about you?
You can follow my jazz adventures in the city of Chicago at Blue Collar Jazz. I've been really terrible about, because summer is the busy season for me at work, so I've been really terrible about posting stuff there, but I have a little bit lately based off what I can really milk a show for content. So yeah, follow me on there at Blue Collar Jazz, just how it's spelled, as well as on Twitter at DomGuan1.
All right. We'll be back next week, Monday, which will be the 12th. And we'll be covering episode 10 of the issues, which will be Ken Pender's first issue,
It's
debut,
big.
which truthfully, I don't know that much about Ken Pender's, but I do know he is a big name when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically the Archie universe. Yeah, no. Are we doing the intro for Sonicgrams on this one? It feels like it might be kind of weird. We didn't set up an intro for Sonicgrams.
No, not really.
It's fine. I think we're done. I didn't look at the outro script. Was there anything I missed?
I think you missed our socials.
Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube.
This is why we have
Follow
the
us
script, because it's a lot of things we have to remember.
Well, this is a fast and loose episode. I haven't updated Instagram. I should probably update Instagram.
It's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Following all the
Yeah.
socials. Yeah.
That's it, man. That's all I got in my mind.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Gotta talk.
Gotta Talk Fast was written by Nick Folkerts and edited by Dominic Guanzon. Intro and outro themes recorded by Dominic Guanzon. Gotta Go Fast originally composed by Norman J. Grossfeld, Joseph Garrity, and Russell Velasquez.
Gotta talk. Gotta talk. Gotta talk. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast. Gotta talk fast.